Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my IELTS subscription lesson. It's all about speaking and writing modules. And if you remember this week, today, I'm going to discuss writing modules, their techniques and strategies. I started this lesson 3 weeks ago, so it's the third week. And our target is to discuss both speaking and writing techniques in this subscribers lessons. Once again, dear viewers, if you're interested to join my lesson, it's very easy. Go to the sign up button from the top, not the top, bottom right hand corner, and click from there and join my lesson. Okay, once again, it's a Monday morning here in the UK, and our local time is 6:32 a.m., which is the GMT time. And once again, I'm with the subscribers lesson, IELTS writing. Okay, so let me share the page. We discussed relevant questions, step 1, last week. Step 2 as well, answer all parts of the question. Okay. And we discussed last week questions type, how many parts, and what would be the opinion. 3 parts, 4 parts, 2 parts question. It is very important for being a candidate. Should realize it. And do read questions. Okay, and don't ignore parts. Okay, this we've done. Like step 3, yes. Step 3, organize your essay logically with clear progression using linking phrases. Ideas must be expressed and ordered, clearly stating with an introduction, moving to a conclusion. If you ask to present both views and your opinion, state your opinion at the beginning of the essay, then move on to present both views. You can then come back to your own opinion, then conclude the essay. This is a logical way to present these ideas. Use a range of linking words and phrases, but don't overuse them, which means that do not use the same words or phrase more than once. Use adverbial phrases rather than single basic linkers. Use referencing and substitution to avoid repetition, like these, them, the issue, the problem. Use punctuation to make your writing coherent. Make sure your ideas are sequenced correctly. Make sure your ideas are logical and easy to follow. Use a separate paragraph for the introduction and the conclusion. Use one paragraph for each idea or topic area. Don't or do not overuse basic linking words like firstly. Instead, try using the first reason or the primary reason. Okay. Start every sentence with a linker. Try to put in the middle of a sentence. For example, some people believe, however, that individuals must also take responsibility for the environment. Or I believe, on the other hand, that individuals do have a responsibility too. Okay, so this is one of the examples. Use numbers, symbols, or abbreviations like 1, 2, etc., ampersand plus. Use headings or subheadings if possible. Underline words or phrases. Use one sentence paragraphs. Start every sentence with a linking device. Organize your essays into paragraphs. Use paragraphs to organize your essay into clear parts. Make sure each paragraph contains a clear and developed topic with a minimum of 2 sentences. You can use the acronym PEAL when you're writing your essay. So what does PEAL mean, guys? So let's discuss. P stands for introduce your topic or topic sentence. E stands for example, an example that supports your point. E stands for explain why this evidence supports your point. L, link, transition to the next topic or paragraph. So whenever writing, make sure, guys, your last sentence should be related to the next paragraph's, first sentence or the next paragraph's summary. You must use enough paragraphs to clearly show a structured response. This will show that you can organize and present your thoughts and ideas logically. Here are some ideas on how many paragraphs you could include in an essay. So we need to understand first the question type, then how many paragraphs you have to write, and what could be the possible paragraph. These are just only suggestions from my side, dear viewers, IELTS candidates. Uh, you should also bear in mind that these lessons are mainly targeted for the IELTS candidates who are interested to develop their speaking and writing. Though these modules will cover both, but I can also explain, your listening and reading part if needed. So question type 2, what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? If you find this type of paragraph, so it should be generally 4 or 5 paragraphs. And what would be the paragraphs? Like introduction, reason why, agree or disagree. You can see that do not write both of them. Either you agree or disagree. Number 3, another reason why you agree, disagree. Then concession paragraph, reason why I don't agree. Then conclusion. Okay, the next one is discuss both views and give your own opinion. Now, if the question is like this, then you have to write at least 5 paragraphs. Introduction, one view. Number 2, number 3, other view. Number 4, your opinion. And number 5, conclusion. Next question, if the paragraph is like, why is this so? Give reason for this and solution. So number 5, so it means that you have to write 5 paragraphs at least. Number 1, introduction. 2, reason and why it is so. Number 3, reasons for this. Number 4, solutions for this. Number 5, conclusion. Okay. All right. So if the question is like this, do the disadvantages of international tourism outweigh the advantages? So in that case, you have to write 4 paragraphs. Number 1, introduction, more advantages. Number 2, advantages. Number 3, disadvantages. Number 4, conclusion. If the paragraph says, the essay says, why is this so? What effect does it have on the individual and the society? So we have to write 5 paragraphs. Number 1, introduction. Number 2, why this is so. Number 3, effects on individual. 4, effects on society. Number 5, conclusions. So use paragraphs. So what you have to do while you're writing, use paragraphs. Use linkers between and within your paragraphs. Leave space between each paragraph, a line. So give it a little bit space. Then use paragraph for each topic. Use an introduction and conclusion. Don't use single sentence paragraphs. And use very long paragraphs. Don't use very long paragraphs that cover whole page. It's paper-based test. If it is a paper-based test, you must be aware there are 2 types of tests at the moment: paper-based and computer-based. So when about your writing in computer, if you're good at typing, take the computer-based test. It will help you to write more if your typing speed is very good. Okay. So during the IELTS writing part, you have to be careful because time management is an important factor. You'll be given only an hour and you'll be asked to write task A and task 2. And I'm sure you know the task A contains 150 words minimum, and task 2 is 250 words minimum, which means that you can write a little bit more, maybe 10% more. So in that perspective, task A should have 165 words and task 2 should have 275 words. But yet in real life situations, candidates write more than that number, and examiner also accepts it. Step 5, use less common vocab and spell it correctly. What does it mean, less common vocab? That means because in academic writing, you need to show your capability, you have to demonstrate that you're a knowledgeable person. You must use academic vocabulary, some standard vocabulary, but make sure you spell it correctly and also write it correctly. Write the correct sentences. You'll see in the band descriptions that band 8 writer skillfully uses uncommon lexical items. When we learn a language, we use common and uncommon terms. Common terms are words and phrases we use every day to refer to a personal experience, daily habits. Uncommon terms are used when we discuss specific topics or when it's idiomatic language, phrasal verbs. So just have a look this explanation. So uncommon terms are used when we discuss specific topics or when we use idiomatic language, phrasal verbs in this case. So using phrasal verbs is very important feature if you would like to get good marks in IELTS writing section. Words that are old-fashioned and not used in everyday space should not be used. If you choose a synonym, and the meaning must be the same and must not alter the idea being presented. For example, adolescent, teenager have close meaning, can be used interchangeably. However, toddler, baby have quite different meanings. Collocation is also mentioned in Band 8, and it is assumed that you know which words go together and which words are suitable to use for different topics. If you are discussing child crime, you could use the term minor, as this is a legal term used to describe children under the age of 18. If you use phrasal verbs, make sure that you are using the correct preposition as it can change the meaning. Like two examples have been given here: throw out, away, discard, throw up, vomit, get sick. Idioms, cultural language should only be used if you understand them completely and if they fit the topic you're discussing. Do use precise word choices. Use languages that we use in everyday speech. Use words that you understand. Use words and phrases that are related to the topic. Use collocation and phrasal verbs, words that go together naturally. Environmental pollution, for example, major issues, promising future. And don't make spelling mistakes once again. Make typos. Mix up American and British spelling. You should use one or the other. So if you have chosen to use the American spelling style, use only American spelling style. Uh, Alternatively, if you have chosen to use the British spelling style, use it. Do not mix it up. Use a word if you don't understand. Do not use a word if you don't understand and cannot spell it. Do not use imprecise words like stuff, thing. Do not use any slang like gonna, wanna, hapta, latta, etc. Do not use an old-fashioned language like the masses, diligence, myopic view, haidhatha. Do not overuse the synonyms. One is enough. Do not use idioms. Yes, in the writing, we do not use idioms or cliches. Do not use contractions like can't, doesn't. Remember, guys, these are very important. Step 6: don't use memorized language, phrases, or examples, which is another important for you being an IELTS candidate. Okay, let's move on. So, welcome to those viewers who have joined from the YouTube as well as the Facebook. It's really my pleasure that you have joined this time. And those people who are watching silently, because of this Hallo policy, all subscribers lesson are only targeted for the subscribers, and non-subscribers are not allowed to come and join me. Okay, but if you'd like to join, once again, it's very easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I say it very often. Just go to the sign up button and click from there. Okay. All right. Okay, step 6, don't use memorized language or phrases or exams. Do not use any memorized language, phrases, exam throughout your essay. They are easy for examiners to spot and don't demonstrate your ability to write fluently. Overused phrases, idioms, proverbs, and cliches should be also avoided. Again, they are often used when speaking. They are not used in writing. So, what does cliche mean, guys? Okay, let me find a cliche. So, cliche means a saying or a remark that's very often made and is therefore not original and not interesting. So, my wedding day, and I know it's a cliche, was just the happiest day of my life. For example, my wedding day is a cliche, or it is the happiest day. It's another cliche. Remember, cliche means it's a French word, cliche. A saying or remark on something that is very often made is therefore not original, not interesting. Okay, that's cool. Like the grass is always greener on the other side. Do not use this in the writing section. Love is blind. Do not use it. Off the top of my head, do not use it. Gold is gold. Do not use it. A friend is need is a friend. Do not use it in a writing section. Additionally, following terms should not be used when writing as they are vague or vogue. Let me see. VAGUE. It's better to check this pronunciation, guys. Vague, I think. It's vague, not clearly expressed. So I do have a vague memory. Okay. It's a vague questions. Okay. So you do not address a task appropriately. You should always be using clear language and make appropriate word choices that will express your ideas clearly. Like bad, good, bad, good. Okay. So what is the vague words nowadays? We do not use it in writing. In writing, use it in recent times. Crux of the discussion. It's not a good idea to write like this. The main key issue is then can't, cannot, stuff, thing. Use the correct word. Controversial issue. Do not use controversial issue. Use major issue. Uh, do not use e.g. Use for example. Do not use the pros and cons. Write the benefits and drawbacks. Do not use every coin has two sides of faces. Right, there are both at disadvantages and advantages. Do not use firstly. Use the primary. Do not use a double. Use the solution can also cause the primary reason. The double is sort of sorry. This verse has been actually I don't know what happened. This word actually this is a part. It, the primary reason. a double-edged sword. The solution can also cause issues as secondly, do not use secondly. Lack of education is another reason. In a nutshell, do not use in a nutshell. We use, uh, in that case, in conclusion, step number 7. Use a variety of complex sentence structure. At band, at band 8, it is expected that you can use a wide range of structures accurately to present your ideas and opinions. Show the examiner that you can use a wide range of structures and make sure your sentences are error-free. So it is important to use a mix of complex and simple sentences. But remember, your complex sentence should not be long and complicated. Your punctuation needs to be accurate, using capitalization, commas, full stops correctly. The most common errors can be found below. So if you're writing relative clause using the pronoun incorrectly, like who, that, which. Conditional clause, choosing the wrong tense for the clause type 0, type 1, 2, 3. Present perfect or past perfect, choosing the wrong tense like had, have had only. Passive voice, choosing the wrong participle, choosing the wrong past participle. Gerunds, making errors with ing. Countable nouns, making errors with the singular plural nouns. Articles, use a, the incorrectly or not using at all. Subject-verb agreement, the girls are singular or plural. Prepositions, choosing the wrong dependent preposition, an incorrect preposition of, place, and so on. Punctuation, used incorrectly or not used at all. Step number 8, checklist. Use the following checklist to make sure that your writing contains all the positive features at a band 8. Task response. Did you answer all parts of the questions sufficiently? Are all your ideas and support directly? Are all your ideas directly relevant to the questions? Did you avoid overgeneralizing the topic? Does the examiner know exactly what you think? And do you present this position clearly for the whole essay? Did you support your ideas with clear examples, not vague research and survey results? Did you write over 250 words? Can the examiner follow your ideas easily from the beginning of your essay to the end? Especially coherence and cohesions. Does it progress clearly? Introduction, main ideas with supporting examples and conclusions. Did you use a of range of linking words and phrases? Did you did you did you avoid repetition? Did you avoid one second? Did you avoid repetition? Starting every sentence with a linking device. Firstly, secondly, thirdly. Did you use referencing these issues and substitution problems issues correctly? Did you use sufficient paragraph? Did you use one paragraph to develop each idea? Is there a clear introductory and concluding paragraph? Did you use a range of vocab that is on topic? Lexical resource, well, now this part will deal. Did you use precise vocab choices? Did you avoid memorized languages, cliches, double-edged sword, and proverbs? Did you use collocation correctly? Environmental problem, global issue. Did you use appropriate uncommon words? Detrimental to, like cultural diversity. Did you correct your spelling mistakes? Did you check your typos? Did you use the correct form of the word you needed? Adverbs, nouns, adjectives, and verbs. Did you use simple and complex structures accurately? Now, grammatical range and accuracy part. Did you use a range of structures, conditional, present, perfect, relative clauses, modal verbs, etc.? Did you avoid long, complicated sentences? Are your sentences error-free? Did you punctuate correctly? Did you use capital letters to start sentences and for proper nouns? Did you use commas in your complex sentences where needed? If the government invests funds, for example, in implementing environmental friendly solutions, pollution in the atmosphere will be reduced. Okay, dear viewers, I'll be back in once again. Do not leave this live stream. I'm back, guys. Okay, so let's move on. Did you use full stops to finish sentences? Now, complex sentence, that's very important today as a part of the writing. We're going to explain what is a complex sentence. A complex sentence is a sentence that contains one independent clause and at least one dependent clause, sometimes called a subordinate clause. Okay, so when these two types of clauses appear in a sentence, we create a complex sentence. Consider this example: I like to eat candy before I watch a movie. So what is a clause that we need to understand? Okay, but this example explains that I like to eat candy is an independent clause, okay? Before I watch a movie. I watch a movie is related to the eating candy. So once again, I like to eat candy before I watch a movie. If we analyze this sentence, you can see that watch a movie is depending on the sentence I like to eat candy. So here you can see that before is the part that has joined both of the clauses or the sentence parts, where I like to eat candy is complete, and I watch a movie. It's depending. So you can see From this explanation, the complex sentence is a sentence that contains one independent clause and at least one dependent clause, sometimes called a subordinate clause. Here, I watch movies, the subordinate clause. Okay. Now, what is clause? Let's find out from this definition. Clause is a sentence or a part of sentence or a group of words that contains a subject, a verb, and have relationship. This relationship is crucial. A clause conveys information about what the subject is or what the subject is doing, rather than simply being a random grouping of words. There are some examples. If you look at carefully, is eating an egg sandwich. Okay, is it sandwich or sandwich? Let me see.
Sandwich.
Okay, remember in sandwich, D is silent. That's why it's very important for us to know the sound correctly, which is why I've got also phonetics lesson, sandwich. Remember in sandwich, D is silent.
Sandwich.
So in handsome as well, D is silent. So Jason is after the girl.
Girl.
Rather than say, you can say that Jason, like Joanna is a girl. Rather than Jason is after the girl called Joanna is a different kind of sentence. As you can see, it is a clause. Good example of a clause. So rather than simple sentence, we can't say that it is an you know uh, clause, but you can say that's a sentence. If I would write Joanna is a girl, but Jason is after a girl called Joanna is a clause because the verb has a relationship with the subject. He's eating an egg sandwich. Everyone praises beauty. Okay, so these three are the examples of complex sentences. Once again, dear viewers, a complex sentence is a sentence where there are two clauses. One is independent, another is a dependent clause, or which is sometimes called subordinate clause. So we need to understand once again as we go through. So examples of complex sentence. When he handed his homework, he forgot to hand the teacher the last stage. Look, this has been connected with the word when. When he handed in his homework, he forgot to hand the teacher the last stage. The next example is the human brain never stops working until you stand up to speak in public. So the human brain never stops working until you stand up to speak in public. Look at the relation. The human brain never stops working. It's related to that. You stand up until you stand up to speak in public. So this is the subordinate part related to the third part. Even though she suffered from arthritis, she studied hard because she wanted to go to medical school in London. So you can see that she suffered from arthritis. She studied hard because she wanted to go to the medical school in London. It has been connected by the second part. She suffered from arthritis. See? Next one is because Alex and Michael arrived at the bus station before noon, I did not see them at the station. Look at the sentence once again. Because Alex and Michael arrived at the bus station before noon, I did not see them at the station. Another example is before the bell rang, the children packed up and the teacher collected their work. Again, before the bell rang, the children packed up and the teacher collected their work. This is a complex sentence. Now, compound sentence. So, why we are explaining complex sentence or compound sentence? Dear viewers, it is very much important to know if you're an IELTS candidate how you can get very good scores, and all these explanations are related to get band score 8 or above. Okay, and if you were aware or not that 26 of my international students got very good scores in the IELTS exam, and the highest was 8.5 and the lowest was 6 in both academic and general test. So when these students came to know all these facts in writing or speaking or reading or speaking, and they tried to use it in their exam, we have to bear in mind that IELTS exam is not only the knowing the English language, it is knowing the rubrics as well. And whatever I'm explaining today is the part of the rubrics, the part of your understanding the facts and the strategies how you can get good score in IELTS exam. Okay, next one is compound sentence. So what is a compound sentence, guys? Sorry. So a compound sentence is a sentence which is made up of two independent clauses joined by coordinates in conjunction. So we have to bear in mind that the compound sentence, they are both meaningful separately. So how you can remember? The easy way to remember is that compound, each of them are separate, independent meaning. So once again, compound. Okay, but if you say complex, you can understand, oh, that one is dependent, another is independent. Whereas in compound sentence, both of them are independent. And they should be joined by coordinating conjunction. So what is conjunction, guys? I'm sure you know this is a kind of parts of speech. Conjunctions are those words or parts of speech that correlate with one part of the sentence with another. So some examples are like for, and, nor, but, or, yet, also. And also second rule of the compound sentence is this: it should be connect joined by a comma or by a semicolon. Remember, guys, you need to use comma. What is comma, guys? This is comma and semicolon. One dot up, one comma. Let me make it bigger, guys, so that you understand this is comma. This is comma. Comma. It's too big here. And this is semicolon. I'm making it a little bigger for you for your understanding, guys. Okay, and semi means half, and this is colon, and it is like two dot up and down. By the dear viewers, I've got YouTube channel. I'll be happy and grateful if you please do subscribe to my channel, and its name is English with Rahat Ali. All my lessons are shared through my Facebook Live as well as through my YouTube channel. Please do subscribe to me to support me. So this is colon, two dot, comma and semicolon. Okay, so once again, a compound sentence is made up of two independent clauses joined by a coordinating conjunction. For, and, no, but, or, yet, also, and a comma or by semicolon alone. So let us go for some examples. As we know, comma is this symbol of punctuation, and semicolon is one dot and one comma underneath, and this is colon. Like the pirate captain lost her treasure map. But she still found the buried treasure. Look, this part of the sentence. This sentence has two parts, honestly. Before the but, one part, and after but, another part. Okay. So the pirate captain lost her treasure map. This is complete sentence. She still found the buried treasure. Another complete sentence. Okay. But it has been connected by the coordinating conjunction but. If you remember, but is coordinating conjunction. Second example is I won't lose weight yet. I eat chocolate daily. I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight is an independent sentence, complete sentence. And I eat chocolate daily is another complete sentence, but it has been connected with the word yet. Okay, next one. Michael did not like to read because she was not very good at it. Actually, it is Michelle. It should be not Michael. Michael is a boy. My apology. It should be Michelle. Michelle didn't like to read because she was not very good at it. Look at this example again. Okay. Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry, I had to mute for a second. So Michelle didn't like to read because she was not very good at it. So these two parts are also connected with the coordinating conjunction because. And next sentence, Dr. Mark said, I could come to this office on Friday or Saturday of next week. So which one is Dr. Mark said I could come to his office? Yes, one Friday or Saturday of next week. My favorite sport is skiing, though I'm vacationing in Hawaii this year. Okay, my favorite sport is skiing. That is the first part of the sentence, compound sentence. I think this sentence is not a compound sentence. Let's remove it. If I use Dr. Marx, I could come to his office on Friday and Saturday. If uh, only if he is available. So if he is available. So only if he's available. Only he was available because it is a conditional. Oops. So only if is the coordinating part. Yeah. He was available. I could come to his office on Friday, Saturday of next week. This is complete. If he was available. This is another complete sentence. Okay, my favorite sport is skiing, though I'm vacationing in Hawaii this winter. Okay. So these are the examples, guys. Compound sentence. Okay. These are other real life examples. Okay. Okay. So that is almost at the end of this topic. We started one real life example. Okay. So let me go back to show it. Real life example, guys. So we started, as an example, we have started this academic writing. Task 1. The first chart shows how much water people in New Zealand used per day during between 1980 and 2010. And the second chart outlines how water was used in a typical house in 2010. Okay, so summarize the information by selecting reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. So guys, according to the criteria of writing, how many chapters should be there? We should have introduction, where the topic sentence is my for summarize the information, selecting and reporting by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparison where relevant. So you can see that it says main feature and comparison where relating, comparison where it is relevant. So what is the main feature here? The main feature is the um, daily use in the fast chart from 1980 to 2010, and the second chart in 2010, how much water was used in household in New Zealand. 26% in toilet, 70% in leaks. Okay, this paragraphs has been cropped. Okay, let's go to the introduction first, guys. First, you need to understand there should be introduction, one paragraph, and also as you can see, there is 1980, 1990, 2000, and 2010. There should be four other main, you know, topics, paragraphs, and at the end, which should be the conclusion part, you can just add your suggestions or recommendations. Though many people have the disagreement here that in IELTS academic writing, you can't conclude your thoughts. That is very much unlikely to be accepted. As an IELTS candidate, you can always have the opportunity to recommend or to suggest or give your thoughts, because this is that only time you can always share your thought to the examiner. Okay, I've got less than 1 minute. All right, let's finish it now. Okay, Jeff, yes, that's really a good and very illustrative examples of all the writing techniques in both academic as well as general writing. From tomorrow, we'll start giving specific topic and start writing explanations according to their criteria. We have to bear in mind that IELTS exam is, once again, it's not only an exam, it's the matter of knowing rubrics and how it can be used correctly. All right, so thank you very much, guys, once again for watching. I'll see you later. You take care and bye.